Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, my fellow Maplers. Today I will be bringing you on a journey on how to play the blaster. Now, this isn't gonna be like an equipment guide or anything like that. This is more so how to do the mechanics for blaster and how important that they are. Um, let's get one thing out of the way first. If you're a PC player and you're looking for a blaster video, this isn't the video, this is for Maple Mobile. Secondly, if you're someone who knows how the blaster works, on PC and you're worried about breaking your fingers on mobile, have no fear. Blaster is actually not mechanically difficult, but more so mechanically confusing. So let's get right into it. And I know not everybody is playing Blaster, as a main. So if your Blaster is an ult and you're just looking for an AB wheel, oh, that was it right there. Excuse me, there you go. I just have the 150 hyper on there, you don't need that. But I got the 170 hyper. The 170 hyper isn't like a huge amount of damage, but you get 3 seconds of iframe with the upper toggle. We'll go over that. I also like putting on what's this skill? Something rush. Rocket rush. Bunker blaster is a must. And honestly speaking, it's just Magnum Punch. Now, that's it for people who just want AB. Now we're going to start getting into the specifics. Magnum Punch and Double Blast are one and the same. And if you read it too, it'll tell you like 2 separate attacks casting the skill. So this is just Magnum Punch. So once I press Magnum Punch, Double Blast is the next skill. This is without a preset, so you're able to use these 2 skills like seamlessly. Is that it for like the quick stuff? Yeah, alright, cool. So let's get into it for my people who want to main the blaster. So let's start from the beginning. Magnum Punch is gonna be the best skill. Magnum Punch / Double Blast. When I say Magnum Punch, let's assume I also mean Double Blast because again, they are the same skill. So we have the first class here, Magnum Punch, Double Blast. Magnum Punch is just like that, it's just one little explosion. And if you wait a couple seconds, I'll actually go back to Magnum Punch. So it's like that, 1, 2, yeah, maybe like 2 seconds. Alright. And that is a nice skill. So in first job, it's 65% with 9 lines, 5 targets. By the time you get to level 40, or if you end up maxing out certain skills beforehand, Magnum Punch is actually, I wrote a couple of notes here. Magnum Punch, by the time you're 140, is going to be a 270% skill with 9 lines. And Double Blast is the same thing with Double Blast. There are certain skills that increase it. What about this one? This one increases Magnum Punch. I think Weaving increases the Double Blast. Let's check that. Nope, that also increases Magnum Punch. Anyway, again, it's a little confusing because there aren't any passives that increase the damage for Magnum Punch and Double Blast. It's mostly like other skills, like for instance, Shotgun Punch increases skill of Double Blast. Shotgun Punch is an absolutely terrible skill, but again, we'll get to that later. But let's focus on here because I have trouble with rambling on. So yeah, Magnum Punch, 270% skill, 9 lines. Double Blast is going to be a 240% skill with 12 lines. And since these happen so seamlessly, it's going to be, what is that, 21 lines? Math. Yeah, 21 lines, essentially, for one skill. I would, again, I'm calling it one skill. And so, let's see what else here. Survivability for this class is phenomenal, because you have Blast Shield. You can take a look at that. It absorbs, excuse me, it absorbs like a hefty amount of damage. The only issue, I would say, it's not really an issue, but let's just do this. You have to get hit before the shield comes up. So if you're getting hit by like an attack that would one-shot you, the shield might not go off. But honestly speaking, I'm not sure if that's even how that works, because I haven't been one-shot before the shield goes off. So for instance here, I get hit for 28k, now the shield's up, I'm getting hit for 15. So reduces the damage by quite a bit. And that's something we'll get back to later with its force job skill Vitality Shield, which is really nice. Can't be used during AB though, but it's really nice for bossing and stuff like that. Bunker Blaster. Boy, this is a phenomenal skill. I don't I don't know why they made this skill so crazy, but it's great. Ooh. I actually didn't calculate how much damage that this does. We'll come back to this in a second because I actually shout out to the MapleStory Warrior Discord. I can't move away from it. Here we go. Bunker Blaster at 240, well, 140 is going to do 250%, so it's a 250% skill. And then it has its own shock waves. So you not only do you have the initial attack, but the shock waves after do their own amount of damage, which is actually 280%. And these both hit for the same amount of lines. So let's see, so it's going to be 14. And then with the hyper, which you're going to want to take up later on, it's going to be 16. Wow, I'm sorry for saying. It's going to be one. Whoa. You're going to get +1 somewhere down the line. But just know that if you do take up the hyper, this is going to be a 16 times 2 skill, which is going to be 32 lines. And there's something that we were talking about that would also double the lines. I'm not entirely sure. That involves the dynamo. What are we calling this gauge? This top left gauge. I'm pretty sure it's dynamo or dynamic ammo, something like that. But anyway, there's that. So your main skills are going to be Magnum Punch and Bunker Blaster. Let's see here. Detonate. I have Detonate for bossing. Just kind of get around. This, you could jump up. It does utilize ammo though, so you just got to be aware of that, not to lose all your ammo. You have a double jump. Revolving Cannon. Revolving Cannon is very important. Now, that I will get to, again, something else I'll get to a little bit later, because if you want to keep your Revolving Cannon up, it involves a little bit of tech. I'm going to go over 2 types of tech. I'm going to go over the lazy tech, which is, not that hard to understand. And then we're going to have the, I guess, main tech, we can call it. But let's keep it moving, because I've been on first job forever. Bobbing. So bobbing is a charge skill that you can use, and it, it ignores collision damage. So with this dynamic gauge at the top left here, because I have to talk about this, I can't not talk about it. We have the upper toggle, which I always have on, and then we have the lower toggle. If you're worried about which one is better, just have the upper toggle on, because lower toggle, it makes your skills come out seamlessly, but you can't use bobbing and weaving for AB, so that doesn't matter. And when you use a charge skill, you actually get ammo back, so let's use some ammo. Alright, there we go, I got 1 bullet left. Bobbing and weaving is now considered a charge skill with the upper toggle on. So, you see how it's charging? You can either wait the 10 seconds, which I don't know why you would do that, or you can just press it again. Now I gain 2 ammo, so I can kind of like double tap that. Now, yes, I guess that can get kind of annoying. Instead of seamlessly pushing this 3 times to get, dash 3 times, I'm going to have to push it, twice as much to get to where I'm going. But that's not what it's for, really. I mean, yeah, you can use that to dodge bosses and stuff like that, but the main use of it is to gain ammo. And again, that will involve our tech later. So yeah, this is cool for, let me see how, good is the, so let me just do this. So yeah, I mean, if I'm spamming it, it's kind of missing. I'm kind of being missed quite a bit, but again, you can't use it during AB. It's good for bossing though, if you can kind of get out of the way. Not for huge attacks like Von Leon Laser though. We got some other skills that you can use for that. And this class has a lot of iframes, which is great. Alright, so that's bobbing, and weaving is essentially the same thing. Hammer Smash is another charge skill. So you see anything with the C in it is considered a charge skill. Actually, I think I can use my bossing roll for this. So, Hammer Smash, at first I was kind of sleeping on it because I'm like, do I really need the debuff? And this debuff is great. It's a minus 15% on magic and physical damage reduction. So it's pretty good. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna charge. And then you're gonna let it down, and it's gonna stay there for 10 seconds? 10, 15 seconds? What is it? I believe it is 10 seconds. Yep. Alright, so it stays there for 10 seconds. It reduces. Excuse me. It reduces, you know, the damage reductions. Wow, this portal is crazy right now. But yeah, so again, just like any other charge skill, gives me back ammo, and you can actually spam this. So this isn't something you have to like manage too much, especially for moving targets like PB or anything else that's not like dying super fast. But yeah, so let's get into the next thing. So that's another thing. Weaving. Magnum Cannon is trash, even though there's a skill, which one is it? I think it's Vitality Shield that gives it an extra 500% skill damage. It's really bad. Don't use it. I tried using it. It's just not worth it. Also, I think it takes up ammo, so it's just like, wow. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's it. And then again, you're getting more additions to your Revolving Cannon, which again we will talk about in a moment, and your shield training, which is more damage, absorbing more damage, and it's, yeah, that's just great. Survivability is great. Okay, so this is excuse me, wow, this is important. Combat training. So combat training is something that you gain when you're utilizing charge skills. So let's just use a charge skill to increase its final damage and crit rate. Now, for the, let's see. At first, I thought the lazy tech would just be like, all right, let me just do, you know, Magnum Punch and, you know, nothing else. And I don't worry about the final damage stacks. I don't really care about, you know, the extra crit rate, whatever. That's not what you want to do. But let's talk about lazy tech, I guess. So I got two presets here. Bunker Blast is just like weaving and or bobbing. And then we have Magnum Punch, weaving. Why do I have it like that? Wait. This is awkward. I think I was testing something else before this video, and I was trying to see if that was better, and I don't think it is. Because you want the... okay, is this it? Is that faster? I think that's faster. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that is faster. Awesome. Alright, yeah, so for the lazy tech, you're going to want to do this on a preset. Now, unfortunately, for bobbing and weaving on a preset, it does not charge ammo. Although, if you look at the gauge while you spam, it does lose ammo a little bit slower. You see how... oh. Yeah, so... ooh, I think I found a better way to do the lazy tech. Alright, awesome. So, that's a slower way to have your ammo... wow, I think I'm going to do that now. That's a slower way to lose your ammo gauge. If you just wanted to be lazy about it and didn't care about combat stacks... I guess you could do this, but again, let's go up here. See how your combat training is just still level 1 if you just have on Magnum Punch. And now I'm losing it, and you're just losing ammo, and you're not really getting a whole lot of benefits out of doing that. But if I throw on the lazy tech, we can go ahead spam this here, and I'm gonna be gaining, oh, wow. Only one, okay, there we go. So it builds up kind of slower with the lazy tech one, because right now I'm at, oh no, I guess it just wasn't counting it up, but that's, let's see, okay, you have to look at the tiny number at the top left there. I don't know why it's not showing when I click on this. Oh no, it says 10, okay, cool, I guess I just wasn't paying attention. Let's try that again, because, yeah, alright, cool. So we got this up, let's do this. Alright, so, okay. So what was throwing me off was it says combo training level 1, but I have to look at the actual picture as the numbers go up. So it's number 4 right now. It's still number 4, number 5. So yeah, that keeps going up. So it's pretty good. At max stacks, it's going to be 6% crit rate, 6% final damage. And, you know, you're going to want that for bossing. Now, you're not going to get those stacks for, excuse me. You're not going to have those stacks for auto battling because you don't use charge skills. Now, you could use Hammer Smash, but Hammer Smash is a 0-second skill. So you don't really want to be spamming Hammer Smash. It's not really worth it to keep the ammo gauge up during auto battle. Alright, so now we are on 4th job. And Shotgun Punch is an absolutely atrocious skill. Not really sure why they made this skill so bad. Yes, it has a lot of range. I mean, look at that range. I mean, we're hitting something that's not only far away from me, but far below me. Most skills just don't hit that far below them, really. And, yeah, I guess you can kind of do the cool thing of slapping a preset on here. Let's get some bobbing, Shotgun Punch, excuse me, weaving. Throw that on there. Ooh. Throw that right there. And, yeah, wow, a really cool drill skill. Problem is, it does not proc your Revolving Cannon, so you're not losing any ammo, but you're not using the benefits of using up ammo. Did I say that correctly? Yeah. You're not utilizing any ammo, so it's kind of like a whatever skill. Also, even with its hyper, this skill is a what is it? 5 plus 5, so 10 hit skill, 10 line skill. It's just not good. All right, so let's get into Revolving Cannon and main tech, or I don't know, advanced tech, whatever you want to call it. Oh, by the way, wow. I doubt anyone who was just here for the AB skill is still here. But I guess you can throw Ballistic Hurricane on there. I don't like it. It just doesn't feel good. And I'd prefer to have more Bunker Blasts go off. Because again, this skill is just so phenomenal. Let's go ahead and use that real quick. So, yeah, beautiful. Almost one-shots. My gear isn't the greatest, but I mean... Again, for just that one skill, a skill that can be used when the the top gauge of this gauge, I'm just gonna call it the ammo gauge. I know it's called like dynamo gauge, dynamic ammo, whatever it's called. So there's two parts to this gauge. There's the top part, and then there's the ammo consumption part. So every time you use ammo, you build one gauge, which it looks like, God, this is really hard to see. It looks like it's 6, and when it's full, the top part, the whole thing will kind of glow. And again, it's pretty easy to build. And then you can go ahead and set off skills like Bunker Blaster, which do a ton of damage. So now this overheats and you kind of have to wait for it to do again, so that way you're not spamming Bunker Blasters. But honestly speaking, I mean, you could just spam Bunker Blasters all day because it's not that hard to use, especially when you use your 150 hyper. Which, we don't get any bonus damage or anything like that, which is kind of weird. But, yeah, Cannon Overdrive, it just reduces the cooldown of reloading, and the Dynamo gauges overheat time by 1 second, which is actually very fast. So let's go ahead and put that on my pet. By the way, 3 skill class here. You probably don't even have to use pets if you're really trying to not use them. So yeah, this is up for 60 seconds with a 30-second cooldown. 90 seconds. Math? It's up for 60 seconds with a 90-second cooldown. So 30 seconds of downtime with the slower reloading. But honestly, it's not that bad. So go ahead, spam this here. Let that go off. During auto battle, if you're worried about getting the baby Bunker Blasts, don't worry. Your character will only Bunker Blast at the max stacks, so you don't have to worry about losing out damage during AB. But let me see if I can get a baby blast here. So I got 1 stack here. Oh, Dynamo gauge is too low. So what's considered the minimum stacks to use Bunker Blast here? Is it 3? Yes. Okay, so it's 3. So you see how pitiful that one is? Let's get 3 again and do that. Yeah. So this is the reason why you cannot put Bunker Blast in a preset. Because if you're spamming your preset, yeah, I'm attacking, Bunker Blast is going off. Problem is, if you get the Baby Blast, it's doing way less damage. It's just really inefficient. So let's talk about the advanced tech. So the advanced tech, let's go ahead and take this out here, is losing no ammo whatsoever. And the only reason you'd want to do that is for the revolving cannon. Now, I'm pretty sure this is, I'm only 183. I'll have to make another video for V1 and 2. I doubt we'll get V3 by the time I hit 200, but hey, you never know. Anyway, this is very important for, let's see here. So we mentioned Revolving Cannon earlier. We get 2% final damage per accumulated, what is this? Accumulated dynamo gauge. Is it talking about the top part of the gauge? Alright, yeah, so the top part of the gauge, you get 2% per stack, so that's going to be 12% if you end up not using it, but you're going to end up using that anyway for bunker blasts, because you definitely want to. There's another thing here, Charge Mastery. Charging the skill button activates a charge feature. While the charge feature is active, certain skills will be able to charge ammo. So again, that's what I went over before about charge skills. And it actually increases physical damage by 10%. This is the passive, it's not like per thing. So as you go further down the line, you're going to notice that Revolving Cannon gains some bonuses. It gains some skill damage, more ammo capacity. And by the time, excuse me, wow. By the time you hit level 100, you're going to have, what was that, 6? Yeah, you're going to have 6 ammo. And let's see here. So, I think it tells me here. Yes. Alright, yep, so 6 ammo. And going all the way from level 1 to 100, granted you're maxing this out first, Revolving Cannon is going to stay at 5 targets and stay at 3 lines, but it's going to do 269%. So if you want to if you want to maximize the amount of damage you're doing for longer boss fights, because you know everything before commanders kind of dies in like 2 seconds, depending on if you're getting carried or whatnot. And what did I want to do here? Let's see, Magnum Punch. Yep. So if we just throw on Magnum Punch, so here's how the tech is going to work, right? We do have the lazy tech, which I'm kind of glad that I figured that one out there, because that's just a better version. Because I had another version, it was kind of, the ammo was still kind of going down like just as fast on the preset. But if you have bobbing first, then your skill, then bobbing and or weaving first, your Magnum Punch, bobbing and or weaving last, that's going to go down a lot less faster. Now, how to not go down at all is you're going to do 2 button tapping, all right? So we have Magnum Punch, and then we have bobbing and or weaving here on the charge upper toggle. Because again, lower toggle, you're not going to lower toggle, guys. Don't even bother with it. Just have the upper toggle on all the time. It's even good to have during AB because your hyper skill charges for 3 seconds, and that's 3 seconds of iframe every 60 seconds or so. Is it 60 seconds? Every 60 seconds you get 3 seconds of iframe during auto battle. I don't know too many other classes that do that other than TB. I know TB has that whale. Losing train of thought here. What was I talking about? Upper toggle. Alright, so the advanced tech, I guess we're going to call it. So you're going to have your Magnum Punch here and bobbing and or weaving here, again, with the upper toggle on. And again, since we're talking about, excuse me, not losing ammo, when you use bobbing and or weaving, the next attack comes out seamlessly and it cancels the bobbing and or weaving. So what's going to happen is I'm gonna bob, and then I'm going to attack, and I'm going to bob again. Ooh. It doesn't cancel the bobbing, but it just, you're allowed to use this skill directly after. So it's going to look something like this with my 2-button tapping here. Whatever is more comfortable for you. I'm sure some people are playing on emulators, so this won't really, I guess, hurt your hand too much. There won't be too much conditioning involved. If you're playing on phone like I am, just whatever buttons you prefer. And then while you're doing that, you see right below me, I have this, this bobbing preset with my bunker blaster. So it's going to be a little bit of 3-button tapping and keeping up your hammer skill like this. Alright, before I going into like a bossing preview, I guess. I want to go over one more thing. But yeah, if you want to maximize your damage, you're going to want to spam these two. Now, it can get a little bit tiring, so some conditioning is involved. And if you're not fast enough, you will actually bob or weave in the respective direction. So you just want to keep at pace. And if for some reason, you're just not able to do that, you can go with the first tech. And, it's completely fine. I mean, honestly, you're not losing out on a ton of damage, especially in the faster fights. Your 150 hyper cannon overdrive reloads your gauge so fast. So I mean, like, you can spam here, bada bing, bada boom. Your gauge is back up. That 260% plus 3 lines is 269% plus 3 lines is back within your grasp. And let's go over the hyper. So the hyper, excuse me. Well, before the hyper, let's go over the amazing bind, best bind in the game so far. The only problem with this bind is that you don't do any damage during this bind. So this says a lot of things, blah, 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 whatever. This is basically a 10-second iframe, but the catch is that you have to grab the enemy for 10 seconds. And, whoa, wow. You're going to grab the enemy for 10 seconds, and at the end of that 10 seconds, you are going to let off some blasts, which, I mean, high damage numbers, but I mean, it doesn't really do a lot, because again, the skill is not really for damage. Another skill that's not really for damage, which is kind of disappointing, honestly. I don't know if the damage is even calculating right, or it's just kind of that much weaker, but we can kind of compare it to Bunker Blast. I think I already damaged those guys on the left side there, so we're going to go down a little bit. So before I use the skill, I'm just going to talk about it a little bit. So this hyper, 170 hyper, with the upper toggle, because again, we're not using lower toggle, charges for 3 seconds. In that 3 seconds of it charging, you are immune to all types of damage, and it's not affected by damage reflect. So that's pretty cool. So during auto battle, it will go off, which is really nice. Problem is though, again, gear isn't the greatest, but it's just it doesn't perform as well as Bunker Blast. So let's take a look at it. So there we go, and it's gonna go off, and yeah, that's kind of it. Well, with Bunker Blast, we kind of have, let's see, these guys over here will be the test subjects. Yeah, beautiful. A lot more damage, obviously. So my guessing is that isn't calculating right on the damage, or it's just more for an iframe. Either way, I still have the skill on my bossing wheel. I still have it on my AB wheel. Because I mean, 3 seconds of iframe for AB is good. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But yeah, let's take a quick look. Dungeons. Okay. Where am I going? We can just do a commander. Why am I having a hard time finding that? Yeah, let's just go on Leon. I hope this doesn't destroy my my thing for today. Oh! Alright, whatever. We don't need the boss's wheel. But yeah, so let's take a look at this. So granted, no one else binds. This will bind for a solid 10 seconds. Hugging him, waiting, asking him how he's doing, and there we go. So it lets off a little bit of damage after that. Again, really cool skill. The tech for that is you're going to want to put down, you're going to want to do Hammer Smash, because again that lasts for 10 seconds. So put down the Hammer Smash and then bind while he's in this radius, so everyone can do maximum amount of damage. And yeah, that is, I think that's about it. Oh, Vitality Shield. I wanted to go over that. This is a very cool skill. It blocks a lot of damage, and I'm wondering if I can fight something. Let's see here. I want to show you. Because it does block Von Leon laser, which is really nice. And the lightning, if you happen to get caught in that. I don't think there's really a boss I can show you right now. But yeah, just know that this is pretty... it's not necessarily an iframe, but it's most damage immunity. I'm gonna say immune. Whoa, most damage immunity. For 10 seconds, I believe. Yeah, 10 seconds. So it's really nice. It has a 60-second cooldown, so not terribly long. In longer fights, you could, proc that multiple times. But again, in the longer, harder fights, let's just say, I don't know, for Arc, for instance, sometimes getting hit by a boss attack could be the death of you. So you won't be able to proc that shield before you use this skill. So again, something to think about, but I can show you what that looks like real quick. So we're going to go ahead and put that on here. So in the field, it guards these mobs. So it guards collision damage. There we go. And let's see here. Is that over now? Nope, now it's over. Yeah, so in the normal field, it will guard damage. But I noticed during bossing, like for the Von Leon laser, it'll take the damage all the way down to 1. Still kind of the same thing, I guess. And it also reduces, if I'm not mistaken, reduces HP scaled attacks by, is it 20%? Where is it? Whoa, wrong skill. Wrong skill. Let's see. It says reduces damage taken from HP skill attacks that aren't normal attacks. It is in fact 20%. I'm not really sure what HP scaled conversion rate is. 80%. I'm gonna assume that's good. But yeah, I mean, to recap for the bossing, we have the advanced tech, which again builds. Does it build your stacks much faster? I would imagine. Yeah, all right, let's do that. Yep, builds your stacks much faster. You just have to press 2 to 3 buttons because again, you want to let off that beautiful bunker blast. And then we have the lazy tech, which, well, I'm gonna say, since I made this video, the improved lazy tech. 1 button. Which is great. It looks like it kind of reloads ammo, which is nice, I would love it to reload the ammo seamlessly, but honestly, if we're going to take a class that needs to use more than 1 button, dumb it down to 1 button, I'm okay with it reloading half the time versus all the time. That's probably, honestly, what I'm going to use until 200, because I'm going to assume the V1 for Blaster is going to involve the Revolving Cannon, because it is like a large revolving cannon that comes out. But anyway, that's something we'll have to talk about when I get there. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm going to link the MapleStory mobile Discord down below, because your questions will definitely get answered a lot faster from multiple people rather than just hoping that they get answered in the comment section. Anyway, thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day.